The state of AlkenStar is located on the banks of the Oyster River, where it plunges over the hell-fallen cliffs in the Alken Falls itself, amid the magic dead region known as the Mana Wastes. AlkenStar is itself perfectly suited to act as a neutral intermediary between its neighbors of Nex and Geb to the north and south, respectively. The nation itself occupies a low valley amidst the barren, shattered range, and consists of 3 settlements, which are often considered districts of the same larger city, AlkenStar itself. The primary of these is AlkenStar, which is located on the very edge of the cliff, contains most of AlkenStar's population, and seems to suffer from a magical muted effect on the smoke side of the river, where still unpredictability and magics on the sky side make all citizens cautious. At the foot of this cliff lies the town of Martel, which connects to the main city via 2 immense towers, which climb over the 700 feet to connect with buildings in AlkenStar City through sky bridges. These are linked via the Skycopian skybound Bridge of the Gods. Now, the dwarves in Sky Citadel, or in Dungan Hold, produces much of the city's mineral resources. They are used locally, obviously, in manufacturing and trading abroad. At the other end of the Great Bridge, and on the other side of the canyon, one finds Cloud River Keep, which guards against the city's eastern borders. The gunworks themselves are not located within the city, but further inland, up the river, within the Mana Waste. Hello everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of the All Guns, No Glory podcast. I am your host, GM Jeff Ball. With me tonight, we have same players, new characters. We have the return of certain players and new characters to this original cast from another podcast, but I don't want to tip my poker hand a little bit too soon. Suffice it to say, going forward, there are going to be lots of fun and surprises. When last we left our heroes, I do believe you gentlemen were in a bit of a bind. You were heading towards the Gold Tank Reserve's exit. And near said exit, you guys trying to head back around to the back. Unfortunately, 2 of your, shall we say, best dressed, two of our near and dear, and forgot their names already, party cast members had fallen. And with as much respect that time could allow and you guys could muster, you stuffed them in your bag of holding. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I'm getting a bunch of
no, that was completely 100% correct.
Okay. And now you guys come across 2 civilians that suddenly pop out of a loan office. They took one look at you guys, around at everyone cowering, and reach for the sky. With no time to waste, you guys find your pre-planned back exit and deke out into an alleyway that I will bring up now. So, taking a moment to get our minis in line here, I'm just going to describe to you a scratched and stained round table surrounded by mismatched chairs and a cramped room. A series of tall cabinets lines the southern wall near the door to the west. Aha! there's your exit, as I said, as planned. The smell of fish emanates from one of the cabinets. A door on the north wall leads to the teller stations where you're just going through. Just west, a pair of doors open into intricate water closets. Does anyone need to go before we go? Miss,
I ain't got no use for the privy.
Miss Castra Ambahart says she's busting a gut, and she goes. Bellamy's carrying the bag up front. Benzo is in the bag, so I'm getting rid of his token. Goss following. Sanamar also quasi-expired in said bag. So, entering the alley. Bum, bum, bum. Two of you guys, with Carissa swearing she's right behind you. You guys scout out the alley. So now, shifting the map down, outside the gold tank reserve, you guys see said alley here. You all seen this?
Mm-hmm.
This dingy cobblestone alley displays only traces of the once effluent nature of this neighborhood, now in shambles. The smell of refuse permeates the air. A weed-strewn yard behind the bank is enclosed by chicken wire, a fence with razor-sharp coils and wire woven through the top. And this is what's just above you, which I just realized I have not revealed, but you can see it. So now I must reveal it. And I cast Revealio. There you go. Weed grown in yard. Please note the chicken wire. A small footpath to the north leads to the bank side door, which we've exited from. A path to the south leads supposedly to the junkyard where you're supposed to make your escape, while the alley continues east and west. Suddenly, as you guys are on this corner debating where to go and how long is Carissa going to take, you hear the sounds of shouting and signal whistles are heard from the front of the bank around the corner and far eastern and western ends of the alley. They are north of us around the front of the building. They are behind us in the east, and they are in front of us in the west. It appears perhaps your only option may be south through that junkyard after all. You hear the distinct voice of Shield Marshal Lady Lovelace herself asking to create a perimeter, and many shield marshals responding with, "Yes, deputy, right away." What do you do?
I'm gonna shout down the alleyway we just came out from. Hey, Carissa, pinch it and let's go. And then move to inspect the door that goes to the junkyard.
Okay. Can I have perception, sir?
I mean, maybe.
Yourself as well, Goss?
Oh. Tain't bad.
16 for me.
Let's see if curiosity kills this cat.
Right up on the door? Okay. The cat, the door itself seems secure, safe, and not locked, pretty much easy to go through. Here lies the problem. Your perception checks already reveal that they have the building surrounded, which means if you guys step back into the alley, because now you're crunched down near this door, and sort of go back for Carissa, you'll lead them to her. It may appear for the moment the poor girl is on her own. Question is, do you leave her? If you go back, you will almost certainly be caught and have to show down with Lovelace right now.
I'm going to take my little kitty cat claw, and see if any of the brick in this, in either of these walls are a little dilapidated, just enough that you can kind of scritch it.
Oh yeah, no problem.
And just scratch an image of a mug.
Oh, nice.
On the brick.
Nice.
I hope she gets that message. We'll meet her at the place.
All right. Now, by this time, as you guys are exiting the bank, actually, before you exit the bank, remember your disguises had fallen. So again, turning back now would literally show your faces to the law of who exactly is pulling off this heist. She is a gunslinger, a clever little halfling. Hopefully she will catch up. And you guys bolt through the door.
Loading, next scene.
Pretty much, yeah. Change my music. Oh, but you're gonna like this. You're gonna like this a lot.
You ain't telling me what I like, son. That you think I like saucers of cream and little mint things because I'm a cat, and you would be correct, but that's still inappropriate.
My apologies, and that's noted. All right. So, a little revealing here.
Quote an ancient video game I love so dearly, you are reticulating the spline.
Can't help it sometimes while I'm massively clicking. It's like, yep, this brain goes on autopilot, words come out. Hopefully it's going to make sense. All right. Now, even though you exited south on a map, you guys are going to be entering this map from the bottom and heading north. Do you see yourselves here in the bottom corner?
I see myself in the bottom in general, yes.
Okay. Please ignore my little GM token guy because it just helps the map appear to the audience in our video. So although it appears you're 3, the 2 guys in green are all you need to worry about. Ignore the guy in yellow behind the curtain. Well, otherwise I got to shut off the cool lighting effects, and it's like, oh man, do I? You know, it's like, I don't want to shut off the cool lighting effects. They're cool. So, behold, entering the actual scrapyard itself, the first thing you guys lay sight on is a huge pile upon pile upon pile of discarded scrap metal. Wood and other garbage mark the edge of the path leading north into the scrapyard. Several bits of debris have recently collapsed into the entrance. Just west, a veritable tower of piled up refuse wobbles quite precariously. The path opens to the north and then bellows towards the east into the scrapyard, or if you say want to turn around, it'll exit to the south into the alley between your 2 buildings. Shouts and whistles can already be heard coming from the direction of the Gold Tank Reserve to the south. What do you guys do?
Well, we should probably start booking it into this here dystopian wasteland that is our lovely city.
All right. As soon as you guys enter the scrap yard and get to like the bend here, atop an opposite pile of garbage, not the one that's towering precariously, but on the opposite, a goblin appears. And he calls out to you. Hey, lone shanks! He calls down, hopping wildly to get your attention. Shield Marshal's following you! Collapse the tower! And he points at the actual refuge that's precariously towers to one side. And he just keeps, pointing, like, giving you the thumbs up. This is what you should do. What do you do? Do we listen to strangers?
I'm gonna look at my esteemed companion. I mean, could it be worse? Like,
now don't ask me why. During this moment in time, Gauze has spotted an old stained dress and is sort of pulling it out and holding it up against the front of him. And then you catch him and he's like, puts it back. Should we follow the little bugger's suggestions? I normally ain't one for the trash divers, but they do make some amazing fortresses in this city of junk.
Let's follow.
All right, we will follow the wee ones, the short shanks' suggestions.
That's good. Short shank. Turn the semi-racist turn right back on him. All right, short shank. Short shank redemption. You guys got to crawl it through a sewer. No.
I mean, what is this entire wasteland?
Yeah, I know.
What is this entire dystopian wasteland but AlkenStar sewer?
All right. So how would you guys
look, there's even
go
a radioactive
about this?
Waste pool.
Eyeballing this and having precarious time hanging in the balance, crafting, engineering lore, survival, all may help you figure out how to bring down this pile. Anyone?
I'm gonna do crafting.
Okay. I was gonna say 3 skills held by your compatriot who you left behind. No, just kidding.
How about an underworld lore?
Oh!
Underworld lore?
That could tell you something about its origin, but it won't help you topple it over safely.
All right. Well, let's try crafting.
Okay.
Please be good. 18.
I am looking for 2 successes of 15, which you both have each supplied. So, in your own character words, I would like you guys to share and care and tell me how you would topple down this tower using crafting skills in a role-playing manner. Let's have it.
So, I'm going to confer with my esteemed compatriot about the most vitally, structurally sound, like direction and location that would both topple the tower, but not necessarily cause it to murder us and kill us recklessly. You know, we don't want to create other pathways as well. Then once we find the weakest and softest at this point, I'm going to march my happy little tail over there with my big old blaster rifle and use the class feature Explode. I'm going to detonate my invention. I haven't gotten to do this yet. It creates a 5-foot explosion around me, and technically does not destroy or harm the tool either. It just like creates a massive burst of energy.
Oh, so you shouldn't have said harm the tool, because, you know, it's like you're gonna sacrifice your gun. Can we have a moment? Hats off, gentlemen. It just blows out the end, and you still get to keep your toy, which is very cool. I mean, all right.
So yes, I will go over there and cause a massive outpouring of explosion.
Okay. And how would you? What would you do to aid that, Gauze? What's your half for the crafting? In that, you see, he explains what he's gonna do. He starts looking at a place to place his rifle, or best way to do it. What would be your angle of crafting to help this situation along?
Are you sure that is safe for you and me?
Well, I can ensure that it will be safe for you if you stand not near the pillar, but I mean, I might get a little singed.
I am thinking, Atticus, sir, this may not be a good idea.
Look, taking this job was not a good idea. Coming into this bank full of heavily armed machines with our little pea shooters and 1 or 2 rifles was not a good idea.
Are you trying to wave him off? You want to take back your 18?
I think.
Just to be clear where Corey's going with this. Like, I'm loving the RP. It was like, wait a minute, are you like retracting your role, dude? Because it sounds like you're trying to talk him out of his 26 for safety.
No.
But you know,
I just don't like the idea of being a pile of goo.
That's just you'll be fine. I promise.
Where is it you want me to stand? Because if I turn into a pile of goo, I'm going to come back and I'm going to haunt you.
And I would not want that, nor would I want you goo if I had to begin with. About 10 feet over there and you'll be right as rain. Farther, you'll even not smell my fur as it gets singed. That sounds like a good time for everyone.
I think I'll take it 15 feet.
See, and that's safe, because maybe I will get hurt by a stray piece of shrapnel, and then you'll be close enough to be like, oh no, and I can hear it and then be sad.
Cat dude, sometimes you don't make any sense.
Man, nothing in this world does.
all right.
We had
Time for a great big explosion.
We had prophecy till like 200 years ago, and then it just went away. And that sounds sad.
Okay. So you find the right spot, jam the gun in, let her fire. Yes?
Yep.
And at first, nothing. And then it's like this shutter slowly ripples its way all the way to the top as pieces start slowly raining off the sides. And then the top itself just kind of does a big wobble one way. And then suddenly it looks like it's going to go the wrong way. And all of a sudden it shifts back and starts collapsing to fill in the hole. Can I have a perception check from you guys?
If I don't die first.
You'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. Sweet.
21.
13.
Not 13, but 21. Okay, so Bell, smoke fur, jam the rifle in, set it off. You take a step back, right? Everything's wobbling. You look up, but you can't help but look at the base. You swear that a skeletal hand comes out of the pile, reaches up, grabs something like a rim, and just pulls down. And it's that proverbial 1 grain of rice that tips the scale. And then the whole thing falls. You're not even sure you saw it after this thing comes down. But after it does, 2, 3, you guys see this woman, silver hair, elvish features, holding a brilliantly made long rifle, takes a knee and lines up a shot at you guys as the debris is falling, as the weight of the bulk of it starts, like teetering and filling up the gap. And she calls out to you. Hard to understand her actual voice amongst all the clatter, but you get the idea. I'm coming for you, and I'll always hit my target. I always do. After I'm done with you, there won't be enough of your lead pock body left to identify. Do you hear me? You'll pay for crossing Muglin. Pay in blood. And she, the rifle, and this one swift, quick scope, Call of Duty action, lines up one of you guys and shoots. And you swear, Gauze, she would have took your head off if a random falling debris, like a frying pan, hadn't fallen right in front of you, and you hear that distinctive ping. And then there's just too much rubble, just an avalanche. And she's trapped outside, and you guys are trapped inside.
She sounds like she really needs to consider a new job prospect. She just doesn't sound happy in her current workplace.
Yeah. You guys deserve a round of applause. You actually hear one person clapping. You check to see it's your compatriot. It is not. You're not clapping. He's not clapping. So, no one in the bag is clapping. Over where the pile used to be, now unburied, 2 skeletal hands jut up and give you the one clap.
I don't know what to be impressed about first. That we're hearing what very obviously sounds like a hands with flesh clap, or skeleton. I'm gonna start getting my gun ready.
Rapidly tries to fix his blown up gun. Gauze takes a step back. A skeletal figure shakes the last pieces of debris from itself and sits up. Draw the mic, Troy.
Well, I don't know what you folks are doing in these parts, but in case you didn't know, this here dump is haunted.
Well,
and I want to get the hell out of here. This place is terrifying. Who knocked that pile over?
Well, apparently the pile woke the dead, so...
the pile...
Sorry, go ahead.
What? The pile was the dead? I'm the dead. Who are you? Know.
Apparently a cleric raising the dead like this.
I gotta say that Troy has hidden himself in black And then when I reveal this character, you guys, ladies and gentlemen, we're looking at a full-on skull, fleshless mask that Troy's wearing, claiming to be... And hat. Plops a hat on his head. Troy, welcome back, Troy Phillips, who was one original part of our Monster Interrupted cast and is rejoining this cast now. Can you describe what's left of this character, shall we say?
Your basic skeleton. Huh. I gotta get the mask off. Can't hear me.
That's okay.
It's your basic skeleton. You're looking at a skeleton. Can't really tell how old he is. Wearing your dusty, cut up, chaps, overcoat. Everything looks kind of like it's been torn to shreds and hasn't been used in decades, years, centuries. You don't really know.
So just the chaps. Oh, please tell me it's just the chaps and not pants. So like, what's exposed of the chaps is like your bone.
That's it. Just the chaps.
Well, I mean, you said basic skeleton, so you're obviously wearing your Ugg boots and you smell faintly of pumpkin spice, right?
Well, how'd you know?
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. So this Weight Watchers looking dude slowly gets up, telling you how afraid he is and wants to get out of here. Dusts off his hat, plops it on his head, stands up while you guys are just kind of stunned and trying to get your rifle working again. And then he just sort of, tries to step out of the rubble onto the path, ahead of you guys. Sort of a much obliged.
Oh, what brings you fellas to this parts, and why did you knock down the wall?
Forgive me, you are... Goss, I'm seeing this correctly. Yes, this is literally a dead man talking.
Yep.
Well, I'm not really dead. I'm just not alive, if you know what I mean.
Is there anything that sets you out? Like, is there anything about your appearance that would separate you from a regular skeleton or corpse? Besides the fact you're wearing clothes and talking friendly.
Cowboy clothes and I can talk.
Okay, no, just curious if there was any markings or like obvious runes or like, you look like you're cursed or anything like that. There's no,
Nothing that they could see, maybe if the garb came off, there might be something they might find, but
okay,
not naked eye.
At the moment. Okay, yeah. Fair enough.
So you've just been under this wall the whole time. Have you just been waiting for some kind strangers to come topple?
Well, that's the gist of it. Yeah, I've been under that wall for 10. What year is it?
47. I forget.
47.
I'm talking to a skeleton.
It's been a long time. Okay, I'm not the good with the math, but it's been a long time. But you saved me, and I thank you. Now let's get out of here before the ghosts find us.
I'm gonna look at Goss again, and then look at the skeleton, and look at Goss, and just go.
You guys do live near the Mana Wastes, where mutants, come out. You got people that come out of there covered in sores and blisters. You got people out there that have, there's a guy walking around who's become a living cactus that shoots little tiny needles and has a monocle and a hat, and the rest of them looks like a real cactus. Like, this might be the spookiest thing you've seen, but it's not the strangest thing, I hate to say.
Spookiest thing I seen was the werewolf bar mitzvah I went to.
Shave before you clave them, that kind of thing. Eh? All right.
Good sir, what be your name?
Well, I don't really remember my name, but I've been calling myself Pilo Huesos, so you can call me that. Not that anyone ever used my name.
Did you come up with your name? Because you were under a pile?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
No.
Well, I had little to do with, okay? I just kind of got what I got.
Oh, God.
Okay.
I forget words and names and phrases after a while. The Pilo was what I was under, so...
Well, for someone forgetting words, names, and phrases, your vocabulary is just quite charming, may I say, sir. Sir, correct?
For whatever sort of creature you tend to be, you look quite charming. If I had skin, I'm sure you'd feel great against me.
I don't know how to take that.
That's not robotic internet on his part. That is an awkward pause, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you trying to throw me a bone, sir?
I don't take kindly to skeleton jokes, sir.
Well,
I'm just kidding. That was awesome. I love it. Keep doing it. I haven't heard jokes in a long time. There's probably tons of them out there about me. Have you heard more? You got any more? Anyone? What do you got?
Well, maybe we can deal with this later. We need to go. The law is kind of after us.
Atticus.
Yeah.
Why didn't the skeleton cross the road?
Ooh, I'm listening.
Because he was dead?
He had no guts.
Dude, I'm giving you a hero point for that. That was awesome.
Wow, man.
These two have been digging for a role-playing hero point for 5 minutes. Like, the role-playing between you two has been awesome, but Corey just stole it from you.
I have a bone to pick with that, Jeff.
Can't give out too many for humor, but once in a while.
No.
So that was good.
No, it's fine. I had to find a good place to put that in there. Yeah, it's like the knee bone that's connected to the leg bone.
Space him out, man. He's been alive for 5 minutes almost. Like just
ish.
Space them out.
Ish. Alive-ish.
I gotta say, when I approached Troy and asked, could he come back to the show, and he said not yet, and then finally said he could, and I told him what you guys were playing and what you were doing and how Monster Interrupted is kind of on the shelf. The idea of like this little mariachi Jesus, skeleton, it blew me away. I absolutely love it. So
I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, I know it's not disappointing so far what I've seen. So who's leading the way? You gonna let this little dude just wander and guide you, or you guys just keep him at a respectful 10-foot arm's length and just allow him to follow you? Like, what's our marching order here? How do you guys want to do this?
You guys said the law's chasing you? Well, do you mind taking me out of here at least? But away from the ghosts? Because I don't like ghosts too much. So that'd be great. Can I at least follow you for at least a few minutes?
Yes, that sounds tolerable. Do you not like ghosts because of a professional problem? Like, is it a workplace disagreement or something?
They're freaking scary, man. Have you ever dealt with the undead? Those things are terrifying.
Yes, I am aware that the undead are terrifying. I have become acutely aware of this as of late.
Well, I'm not a ghost. I'm a skeleton, so you can go deal with the ghost later. Let's get out of here.
Oh, God.
I think Joseph's met his match. He ain't backing down. That's why I brought him back to the show.
Gentlemen, let's carry on.
Yeah, that is...
I like the quiet one. Just knows what he wants to do, and that's it.
Are you like leaning into the cat? Or are you just talking to like the proverbial fourth wall? I like the quiet one.
Whoever's here, whoever wants to listen. I'm just talking. No one's listened to me in ages.
Yeah, really.
Listen, my friends. Or
listen, Bones.
people.
Clam up the chompers. We need to go.
All right.
Stand around all day bleaching.
On a... Did you just say what I thought you said?
What, that we can't stand around all day bleaching?
Yeah, out here in the sun. That's good. Oh, see, now you could have had yourself a hero point. That came out earlier, I tell you. I can only give out so many for humor, though. Sorry. Let's have you guys do something heroic. Anyway. Taking a moment to... so how are we going to tell Carissa that to try to climb or go through the pile of refuse? Now, you guys can hear the deputies have caught up to Lovelace, and she's barking orders like mad. She's pissed. This entire time, you can just hear this in the background. Right while Pilo's going on with you guys. Anyway, that goblin reappears. Our little buddy who told you what to do, remember him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Comes surfing down on a piece of metal, slides down, and appears over here in front of you guys, and says, That was great. That was awesome. Come on. Don't go that way. Pointing at a great big smelly, awful looking pile of some kind of slimy, rusty looking substance to your right, about 20 feet away that's bubbling and boiling.
Believe me, we were not.
This way. Lord Glass has been expecting you. Oh, come on. And he, kind of takes you off into the north and then around. I wouldn't say it's secret, but it's sort of a, somewhat not obviously noticeable bend in the road.
I'm going to look to our longtime compatriots as we're walking and following this goblin and mouth the words, expecting us?
Yeah. Come on. Oh, bring the GM mini so everybody else can see. All right, put this guy in here. Sorry. It's so annoying. I'm the DM. All right. Coming around the corner. A ring of old crates surrounds a makeshift campfire in this discreet corner of the junkyard. A complicated contraption of gears and rods over the campfire forms a spit that can be rotated using 2 foot pedals attached to a gear. The smell of smoked meat manages to cut through the ambient stench of trash emanating from the scrapyard's walls. Around the campfire are various patchwork tents and a large tent pavilion to the south. You also notice piles of scraps around the camp, conveniently stacked to make climbing to the top easier. Sort of like the old World War II sandbag bit where they would pile it on buildings or whatever. There's sort of nooks and crannies where it looks like somebody could easily scramble up, safe trash doesn't look like it's going to give you tetanus or poke you or scrape you. And they've kind of repiled trash so they could sort of scramble up the walls and look over them like little waypoints, that kind of thing.
Fun fact, there's actually skeletons under all these piles. It was my family. No, I'm just kidding with you. I have no idea what's under these things.
Well, I'm pretty sure half of that's true. There's probably skeletons everywhere.
As our new little friend urges you to come forward in the camp, leaves you at its edge, and heads straight for the pavilion tent and disappears, many little goblins all start coming out and scrabbling around you guys, and at one, worse than a Kender convention, start asking you piles of questions. Are you here to fight the goblins? Can you help us? Do you know the shield marshals? They're mean. Do you want to speak with Lord Glass? I can get him for you. Well, I guess Gurum's already got him for you, but they're just it's all kinds of, but they seem friendly.
Why did you say Kender?
Because I
hate them so much. I hate them so much.
The idea was to make you feel awkward.
Worst. If we're pulled close enough or led close enough to the spit, I am gonna pull out my little formula book and a piece of charcoal and start making some notes in the margins of one of the pages about anything I notice interesting about the charcoal or the pit.
Okay.
Oh, foot pedals, interesting. Locomotion. I like it. I had this idea. See, you can't hear me over all these goblins. I'll tell you later. I'm gonna try and address any goblin that talks to me, but I that half kind of. Well, you see what we would. Well, oh god.
Cat got your tongue?
Your awkward, your awkwardness, thank God, is shall we say interrupted by a little sort of blurt on a tin horn to announce the arrival of this particular looking fellow, who the goblins claim is their leader, Lord Glass. Lord Glass is an older looking goblin holding a staff made of gears and whatnot, and carries a long coat over his shoulders with literally dozens of multicolored shards of glass sparkling, jutting from it, making him look like the strangest goblin porcupine Christmas tree you've ever seen in your life.
I gotta say, that man has some style. But but that beard.
The bedazzled leader of the scavenger in stilted common intones. Trusted Longshanks, we welcome you to Scrap City and offer you help. And just kind of like, there's like light applause from all the goblins all around him. Go ahead.
I am not gonna lie, I did not expect to find a little city in the scrapyard, but I am actually genuinely impressed.
You're impressed by the city and not the living skeleton?
Well, I have a short attention span. Cats don't commit things to long-term memory super easy, man.
He bows deeply.
This one, cat person.
Bows deeply, but weighed down by the countless shards of glass lining his clothes, he nearly loses his balance and falls off his little stack of milk crates. He gathers himself and clears his throat. As promised, if you drive the gnolls away, we promise to give you our best junk. We have a deal?
What did you guys promise these guys? I've been listening to them up there for years. They're a little crazy.
Question. This is the first time we've had any sort of agreement or meeting or anything.
Wait.
Lord Glass eyes you uncertainly, perplexed. He enunciates each word he slowly replies. Make gnolls go away. We give you gift. Don't we have a deal? He turns to a nearby goblin. I didn't expect smart mercenaries, but did Poggy find ones who can't even remember what we hired them for?
Who's Poggy?
Everyone shrugs. Poggy's not here.
Okay, well, we are not the mercenaries you went.
Whoa. Oh, I've been around these guys. They're a little crazy. I'm going to whisper this to him. Maybe go along with it just a bit. I don't want you ending up under a pile of rubble, too.
Excuse me, good sir. I speak for everybody here. We have some questions. What's this all about?
What's this all about? Didn't Poggy send you? We sent our envoy into the city days ago to find mercenaries to take out the gnolls. We thought Poggy was so successful, you beat him back here. And brought a necromancer with you. And he's like looking at you two like, who brought the dead guy?
Well, judgmental, but I'd understand that.
We do have some skills, sir. But we ask our own questions. Since you are the man, we want to know what you have to say. So, what's this all about?
He looks you right in the eye, snaps his fingers. They get like a little megaphone, and again he goes, "You get rid of gnolls. That's what's about. We give you gift." Hands it back. Gives his goblins a thumbs up, like he's figured out the problem of communication between you two and keep that megaphone handy.
So
I'm gonna look at the goblin and snap my fingers as well. The one who has the megaphone.
Oh, he runs over and hands it to you.
I'm gonna hand it to Goss.
You don't have to take it, Corey. That was good, man. That was good. Okay. Must be their custom. Sorry, I'm making him laugh.
what do you know about these gnolls?
Okay. Snaps his fingers. Goblin runs to you, grabs the megaphone, comes all the way back. They come to us, right? You know what? Anyway, he starts coughing and choking, hands the megaphone back to Goblin, actually hops off his milk crates this time, strides forward and stands toe-to-toe with you, and then just looks up and speaks loudly. They came to our scrapyard and attacked us. And then there's that pause, like you nod, that you can actually hear him now. They attack Longshanks, too. The shield marshals think we attacked the Longshanks. They accuse us of killing them. But why would we kill when we have so much good scrap around? Makes no sense. All to say these killings are bad for business. Do you speak common? It's fun.
I'm gonna look around at my compadres, and I'm gonna ask Atticus.
You okay, Joe?
Is there anything that you want to know about this mess before I fall over in laughter?
All right, let's say hypothetically. You know that word, hypothetically?
It's a big one.
Oh
all
yes.
right.
He claps his hands, and people bring out all kinds of like 1960s syringes and things, and he's brings out a tray like, you want to barter for one of these?
Not hypodermic, but that's okay. Let's pretend we're going to go take care of these gnolls for you. What was the payment you promised us?
Best junk. We have gear. We have potions. We have. He looks around, gives you guys a sniff. Maybe a bath and a night's rest. The gnolls have been here for a while. You know, we could talk about this more tomorrow after you guys have cleaned yourselves up. You don't look good. Then he looks
Where are the gnolls?
You guys look near death. And he's looking at the skeleton. Maybe you need rest. Sorry, I'm trying to keep it straight.
A few years too late for that, partner.
Well, he's honestly been lying down for a while now. I think he could stand with a little bit of a walk.
But if you defeat the gnolls, you get our best junk. Secret junk that we would not usually sell to Longshanks. Rare metal. Yeah?
How rare are we talking?
He smiles his wide and sharp teeth.
All right, so we've established that. We've established what you want us to do. We established how we're going to get paid. So where are the gnolls you want us to go beat the tar out of?
Well, they move around, but north. Mostly north over the wall. We put up sharp metal to keep them out. Blocked their path with an old ship. The big metal box. We shut them out, but they're still there. Go! Make them gone in the morning. The easiest way for Longshanks to get there is to go east, around the big metal box, and around the old ship.
Big metal box?
Yeah, the crane. Big old crane to the east. Move the levers, the crane moves around. The scrapyard. Leans out, reaches in, grabs big things, puts them up, picks them down. Monzi knows how to fix it. When it breaks down, too. Monzi's smart. We have Monzi, the only nail gobbler who knows how to fix things like that. Very valuable to our clan. And suddenly all the goblins look sad.
Don't insult your people like that. That's how you start a revolution.
No, you don't understand. They're sad because we've lost her. She's the smartest knob gobbler of all, and an inventor. She makes lots of things. Bombs, yummy drinks, tools, foot crank for the fire pit. Points at the thing you were sketching. She went to fight the gnolls, but hasn't come back. We fear the worst. He takes off his hat. If you wouldn't mind, please find her. Please tell us she's okay. We miss Monzi. And then they're like all nodding, and someone's wiping a tear, and then he straightens up back to business, and they all brave up again.
I'm gonna lean over to Goss. I'm mighty interested to meet this Monzi.
I'm more interested in what other mercenaries that hired. Like, it wasn't
that's true, because that ain't us.
Especially ain't fighting us for this.
Especially ain't this one. I'm gonna point the skeleton.
I'm just interested in what this valuable scrap is.
Hello, your hero is here. As I look around and see some other people there. Who hired me?
You all turn to the back of the line, and we see Drew Malburg's new character. No, he's not escaping the bag of holding. We decided to begin anew. Drew, would you please describe what we see in your new character, sir?
Sure, you see a human with salt and pepper hair. He has like one eye slightly bigger than the other, probably from him squinting a little bit. And then he has kind of a perplexed look on his face, just always constant. And then just kind of wearing a duster and a long spear on his back.
Clint Howard? Sorry. Oh.
I don't know
You're a
who
mercenary?
he is. I'm looking at you guys.
You can't tell. There's just empty sockets there.
Well, I can see things. It's magic. You wouldn't understand.
Oh, I wouldn't. I would not understand how you're standing here talking to me. You are correct.
I'm going to cast Summon Instrument. And you see a couple of marimba sticks come into my hand. And I'll gently start on my rib cage. And I'm going to cast a message, and you'll hear in your head, magic is what I can do.
Well, clearly this is the one that hired me. Hello there, mister.
You talking to me?
Oh, yes.
Oh, no. I hired nobody. I just got under a pile of garbage. You're talking to the big guy in the glass coat up there.
Well,
he hired you with us. We are
big is a
hired as well.
relative term. Big is a relative term.
As I look up, where?
Down.
You guys like part the group and let the man through?
We're all in this together. We've all been hired for this. Especially me.
We have? Well, okay.
You! Did Ponzi send you? Says a goblin covered in glass shards.
Ponzi. Sure. He sent me.
Well,
where's the other guys?
Well, I was going to ask you that. Where's the rest of your men? If you're the mercenary, where's your crew?
I'm going to lean over to the other party members. This is not inspiring a lot of confidence.
Well, he just hung back a little bit. We just got off a really big heist. And I would reach into my back and pull out a bag, but there's nothing in my hand. We scored big and... Oh, crap.
Gentlemen. Excuse me. Lord Glass.
Yeah?
I'd like to confer with my gentleman, if you please. And I will gently sort of herd everybody back 10 or 15 feet so we can talk.
Okay, you guys all like huddle up, and then at the last minute realize that Chardwin actually joined your group away from the goblins. He's like enters the little huddle. You guys all lean in, but there's 4 of you. It's like, wait a minute.
Okay, so I'm gonna point at Chardwin and go, "Who are you, and where did you come from?"
Me? Well, yes. I'm Charwin.
What are you doing here?
I think I'm being paid. What are you doing here?
Well, we are going to get paid. And if you are going to get in our way, then we are going to have. So, I'm going to give you a one-time offer where Bones here is going to take off his shin bone and beat you over the head with it. You either join with us and we do this together, or he's going to beat you with a leg bone.
You hear that, Pilo? You're no longer the outsider. 5 minutes later, you're one of us. Isn't that great?
Hey, guys. Can't do a shin. Definitely do a rib. Got to be able to move.
Dude, stop.
Got a rib. I can do it with a rib. Shin, gotta walk. Gotta move.
If you don't shut up, I'm going to trim your ribs with my axe.
I want to see the shin bone thing, though.
I want to see too. Do it.
A goblin appears in your little circle. He doesn't like do the shoulders like rugby thing. He just kind of like pops up underneath you guys and says,
"No, Jesus!"
Lord Glass would speak with you again. If you're all done cuddling, come back to the fire. It's warm there. You don't need to share body heat here. Please. He has a new offer.
What are born with fur and everyone thinks you want to cuddle with everyone. Jesus.
The goblin's sitting there like just rubbing your leg. Sorry.
I didn't say stop.
That feels real nice.
There's nothing wrong with a good kitty Atticus.
Pilo's sad. He wish he had fur legs. All right.
Oh,
so you guys head back?
I don't know.
My hands feel nothing.
I don't know if you know this, Gus, but I'm not a good kitty.
Oh, gentlemen. Let's go and do this. Let's go make some money.
Are we bringing the new guy with us?
New guy.
Come on, Charlie.
Here.
Are you in?
Oh, Jesus.
Or are you out?
What am I doing? Am I in or am I out?
You be quiet.
You're with
and
me,
you get to
right?
stay.
Let's go.
All right.
Oh, boy.
Let's go.
Oh, boy.
Gentlemen,
Hey, rest
please.
after-
No need to argue about
Here's your
yourself.
quartet of brave mercenaries.
We're here to fight.
All right. So, I extend each and every one of you singly or as a group, if that is how you wish to function, but we will reward any and all who help us rid ourselves of these gnolls. There are plenty of gnolls for everyone to stab and grab and drive out, gentlemen, I promise you. And we, and he points at, like, you know, the handful of goblins are left, were once 3 times this number. I believe you will need every langshanks you can get your hands on. Please don't argue amongst yourselves. We have, and he leans in and, like, just slides over, puts a crate up out of nowhere, almost gets to Charwin's height, jabs him in the ribs with an elbow and does the secret stage whisper and goes, quite loudly, I have plenty of secret junk for everyone to party with. Don't worry. Big wink. And then he gets off the crate, claps, somebody else takes away, goes back. So, gentlemen, what do you say? Do you accept my offer? Are there any last questions before you rest? Because honestly, besides the new guy, you look like scrap.
Well, I did have one question. We have heard up and down about this place being haunted, right? There's a haint that lives here.
Damn right, this thing's haunted.
Oh. He, like, impressed and, like, taking up your new custom, waves you guys in and makes you guys huddle up with him. Scrap City.
My back.
You guys are like, 2 of you guys that he's hugging are getting jabbed with glass. Scrap City is our home, he says proudly. The other goblins bow their heads, their hearts filled with pride. So even though he's circled up with you guys, they can obviously, with their little big ears, hear you. Lots of junks to sell, lots of bugs to eat, lots of rust too. Monzi knows how to make a tasty drink with the rust. We miss Monzi. She went to fight the gnolls but hasn't come back. Please let us know if you see Monzi. But out there... No. We make sounds to scare off the longshanks who want our junk. And also, yes, we have heard a ghost once. But no, we make the noises, we're the ghost. But yes, we did hear a ghost once. That's how we got the idea to scare off the longshanks, by making the noises the ghosts we once heard made. You see? Simple.
I'm going to start pointing fingers. And what?
Yeah. Trying to
Sir,
Chadwin's
that
trying to
is
follow.
that is as clear as that toxic pool in the next area.
Okay, I got a question. I've been under that pile for a long time, and I've been just sending random messages to people's heads. Am I the ghost?
No, we
Maybe.
don't hear voices in our head, though. Monzi.
Once in a while, I'll play my marimbas. Then I would give a song. Did you hear that?
Oh, yes. And the goblins, like, they start going on about how it inspired a bunch of, like, it's dance night and blah blah blah, and you know, for years, like you see junk and it inspires you to, like, make something out of said junk. Some of the noises they heard on the wind, like your music, inspired some of their customs.
Because I've been
Like
under there
that.
rattling my bones for years, terrified, and you're telling me I was the ghost the whole time?
Oh no, we didn't see
hold
you.
on.
I'm thinking you help them find religion.
Oh. So you're saying I'm their god? Bow, goblins.
I wouldn't push it, man. I wouldn't push it.
Not that intimidating. All right.
A couple actually bow at him, and like Lord Glass gives him a sharp glance, and they embarrassingly like straighten up, and he just shakes his head.
I give him the whole fingers to the eyes thing. I see you. You know the.
Yeah. Well, he's a charismatic little dude, right? So, any last questions? Anyway, he says, "Come, eat good meat and rest. You especially, and he kind of puts a hand to the skeleton's back and gives him a little push. You're all skin and bone. You could use some meat.
No skin on here, just bone.
Don't
curse me with skin. I can stay in the sun as long as I want. No burns.
Don't do that. Just let them think you have skin. The alternative is not better.
So, you guys take them up on their offer to rest and eat, and maybe get a little bit more acquainted?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'm assuming that this submission of help them with the gnolls is something you guys wish to do in the future, and you're just going to try to escape and come back, or you want to deal with the gnolls on your way out, because it sounds like they're sort of blocking your path.
Figure we can see what the direction where the wind blows us, and if the wind happens to blow us at the gnolls on our way out, then so be it.
All right. Not to mention, you don't want to disappoint poor Chadwin, who's here specifically for said gnolls. Knows nothing about the heist.
It's okay. We'll take care of you, buddy. We won't send you back to the home.
That's great. You can take my skin off too, just like him?
I mean, if you want us to, but I don't think you want that.
Sounds like it has an advantage.
I don't even know how it happened. I forget. It was a long time ago.
Notice how he doesn't have them organs and stuff either? Like, you still need those. So, like, the skin holds them all in there.
Oh. Well, that's good to know.
Let's not start rattling that puzzle box, please.
I rattle a lot.
So to clear some things up for the audience, the module hand waves all the traditional wiki things about AlkenStar, about magic not working at all, or magic only working one side of the river, but it doesn't talk about items. And I'm classifying Troy's new character as a being or an item. Yes, he does not exist without being infused with necromantic magic, but it's kind of a sealed and done deal. He's not conjured, he's not casting, and so he exists unto himself. So it's not like he's just going to fall over and be inert any given time that we know of yet.
I cast Play Dead.
Yeah. Also, after the fiasco that was the bank heist, perhaps my idea of trying to stay true to the flavor of the wiki and not accept some of the bending of the rules that the writers intended for magic, I don't want to go back on anything we said. However, I can expand on our lore by saying that I will restrict arcane and not necessarily all divine, leaving primal magic for our druid and occult magic for our bard a little bit more loosey-goosey and open. Since basically a necromancer and an arcane wizard, Nex and Geb, were the ones that were sort of cut off by the dwarven, anti-magic bomb. Allowing the characters a few spells as well as some, much needed healing or whatever, but without going 360 going, here's a caster party and, everyone's throwing fireballs around. It's probably not something you're going to see. But minor magics, especially primal and occult, will lean into it and try to be more restrictive without, going back on our word about the arcane angle in Pathfinder 2nd Edition.
I really love the idea that our two characters that don't have anything really off or odd about their magic are they themselves super off and odd. We have a druid that is absolutely unhinged. We're talking like Boomy from Avatar: The Last Airbender bad, And then we have a walking, talking Jack Skellington from you know, the Tex-Mex region of the North Americas.
I literally have a Legend of Korra Uncle Boomy character inspired in my homebrew campaign for my wife. I love that character. And yeah, I'm loving Drew's new guy. But I got to say, Troy, you were not disappointing with this new guy. But enough patting ourselves on the back, gentlemen. I'm very excited moving forward. Sam's not here this week. Her and her character will catch up. Matt Spiegler has something in the works in the future, and perhaps our mercenaries partner in Matt Spiegler will appear in the future. But for tonight, Joe, let's look into a little bit about healing up by night's rest.
Oh,
and
you gotta drop that on me now.
Yeah, and let's talk about who may actually have the medicine skill or spells to help you guys along. Do we have any healers or casters that can possibly pump some hit points into the party before you rest and then re-up those spells and have them fresh for emergencies the next day? Is a nice little trick that, you know, most people in second edition exploit. So I will coach you guys to do that.
I do have the Soothe spell.
And what does that do?
Let me just pull it up here. Soothe.
Now, like, Gauze and Bellamy Smokefur are riding around 0 hit points. Like, they're awake but barely have 1, if that. Carissa's not here to heal. So basically, we've got, you guys are at full. These two are in really, really bad shape. So what do you got in Soothing?
Well, once you guys are looking a little rough, so I can help a little bit before we go to bed. Which one of you probably needs it the most?
Both.
We're both at 0.
Boy.
I am at 0.
At 0.
Gauze is a barbarian with 21 hit points. Smokefur is an inventor with 16. And they're both at 0.
Oh, boy.
It was a good heist. Many lives were lost. GMs, yeah, we lost 2. Dude, in how long have we been playing Pathfinder? You guys succumbed to a TPK by getting knocked unconscious while Joeseph ran around healing everybody before we were taken prisoner. Not dead. In this, halfway through a heist, we actually lost 2 characters in 1 episode. It was brutal. I feel bad, but I'm also very excited to see what, happens next.
So Soothe does a 1d10 plus 4 hit points of healing.
That got super close for a second. It sounded like you said deals.
Yeah, deals 1d10 plus 4. Because for me, I'm undead, so it would hurt me.
Yeah, no, he's in character. Yeah, this is going to deal. That's nice. I like that.
It's going to deal 1d10 plus 4 hit points of healing to you. So, Goss, just lie down there on the ground, and I'll some of the marimba sticks and just play a nice little ditty for you.
Oh God, he's really going to
lying in a.
All right, let me target him for you with Fantasy Grounds, because I'm always interested in seeing if some of the automatic effects, So there you go, hit him.
Combat. Let me see a summary action. So let's see, where's the cast one here? There, is it this one here? There it goes. So 5 plus 4, so 9.
Nice.
I don't know if it actually.
Oh, it did it. It did it. Right. Now, when you guys rest for 8 hours, we can finally remove the fatigued condition. You guys have been walking around from your late night of skulking. Everyone was fatigued, which affected all your dice rolls, and it was really brutal to have first level characters running around, at negative whatever, -1, negative,
I actually can cast it one more time as well if I need to. So
sure. Like
I would appreciate to not be at 0.
Atticus with it too, so we'll give them both one.
Yeah.
Atticus gets the other one.
I also read the healing rules whenever you're ready.
Okay, sorry. You're targeting the cat or the
Atticus,
same guy?
Yeah, Atticus for the second one.
Okay, here we go. Yep, go for it.
9 as well.
Very nice. All right, back on your feet again, boys.
I also have healing spells.
Let's start with magic and end with skills. So what have you got, sir?
Oh, thank God.
I do have 2 healing level 1 spells.
So the druid has the proverbial heal spell, but the primal version, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay. So targeting Gauze first, because he's our heavy hitter. Gets the most trouble. And he's too heavy to carry if he goes down, so you really need to keep hit points in. I'm just saying it's too heavy to drag.
Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you very much.
No.
1.
With a natty 1.
Now, a heal spell, I believe what you can do is if you take 3 actions to cast it, you can juice it. So it's like D8 plus 8, right? So, like on the fly, here's 1 action, here's your D8, deal with it. But since you actually have the time, I believe if you pump.
I think it's 2 actions, right? 2 actions gives me the plus 8.
Yes, it's the 3 actions. The third action gives you the range.
It gives you the burst, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I guess add a.
But there's a difference though. Like I said, if you concentrate 2 actions on one guy, he gets a lot. If you do the burst, everyone gets hit points, but we're back down to the D8. So, all right.
Am I any good with my healer's tools?
You tell me. Do you have the medicine skill?
Yes, I'm trained.
Okay. Before we get to you, sir, do you any more spells from our druid?
Yeah, I got 1 more.
Okay, maybe Atticus, because now Gauze is back up to 18 hit points. He's only got 3 wounds. Atticus has got 9 hit points. He's got 7 wounds, so maybe dropping... now, on the actual spell, if you open it up with the little magnifying glass beside the description, you'll see what they have there is a different... plus like little healing symbols, and there's like this is the one for the 2 chevron, you know what I mean? It'll deal with the different effect.
Yep, I see it.
Okay, so slap them on him. Let's see how it goes.
Ooh, there we go. 7 plus 8, 15.
Back up to full. Okay. So now that's all our magic tapped for the moment.
Yep.
Okay. Now let's talk about the healing skill, which we've dude before. But if we have Gauze, who's now feeling way better, pull out his healing tools to patch up himself. So the DC is going to be a little different, I think, because everyone's at full now except for Gauze.
Okay.
Right? So, Joe?
Correct. Sorry, I'm at full.
Yeah.
I looked up the healing rules for resting. I didn't actually look up
No, that's what I want, because he's so close, he may not even have to use the skill. So let's hear you.
So a full 8 hours of rest will heal you an amount of HP equal to your Constitution modifier, minimum 1, multiplied by your character level. So Gauze, what is your con modifier?
Okay, so that would be the bonus on my Constitution?
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah, it's a +1.
Okay, you'll heal 1 HP.
Okay, good to know.
However, we do recover from a bunch of conditions, such as the fatigue condition. It reduces the severity of the doomed and drained condition, and spellcasters need to rest before they get their stuff, etc.
Yeah, this is why I was talking about you guys taking off the fatigued, and I'm doing it now on Fantasy Grounds because I know I'll forget and we don't want to go into another session, with those misses. Okay, so with 1 hit point guaranteed, if you bugger this up, you guys do remember the actual medicine skill, where if you pull up medicine, the skill, and go down to treat injury, treat poison, treat wounds, this is where we get into our take 10 minutes, unless you have feats to make it better, or battle medicine and type of thing. It's good for an hour before you can attempt another 10-minute interval, that type of thing. The DC is 15, though you might, if you want to try for extra hit points, raise it to 20. And we're talking about 2d8. If you get a crit success, it's 48. So you can actually heal a lot of hit points with your tools, Corey.
Right. As an aside too, I might even need the medicine skill because I believe I still have a wounded condition.
Yes. So let's start with Corey's hit points. And then we'll see about you actually treating the wounded condition away from, because again, once you guys drop to 0 hit points and we get into dying 1, 2, 3, if you stabilize or come back without using magic cancels it. But if you don't use magic, if you come back by stabilizing or natural medicine, you gain the wounded 1 condition that compiles and you're stuck with it. And we had, I think both of you do actually. Maybe just Bellamy?
I think so. I don't know where to find it on the kit.
Okay. So starting with a medicine check from Gauze, please.
1 medicine check. Oh. We have an 8.
Okay. Well, at least that's not a critical fail, so you're okay. Critical fail, you actually hurt somebody. And get the scalpel incision in. Whoops, see, that's an artery. Spurt, spurt, spurt. Oh, no. So, unfortunately, you work on yourself for a while and don't accomplish too much. But, Atticus, did you say you had the medicine skill as well?
I do not.
Okay. So, you have some dinner, guys. Whether it's a giant cockroach, a squirrel, some kind of rat, who knows, it's roasting over that fire. It's charred enough that you don't want to know. It's protein. You know, need to eat, gain your strength, have the rest, get these conditions removed. But before you guys bed down, Gauze, an hour later, you can try again. So give me another roll, sir.
Big money.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, much better. 22, sir.
All right. Roll me 2d8. You know how you can right-click on the d8 and pull up the times 2 times 4, blah, blah.
Uh-huh.
All right. Fire them off. 5 points. And you are in the clear. We're good to go. Everyone's at full. And I was gonna say, if you keep staying up hours, you may not get the full rest because you're up waiting another hour, you know, watching Netflix. You know, oh, look, Goblin Gilmore Girls is on. You got to catch another episode while you're waiting for this stitching to heal. No, luckily, you didn't have to suffer all any of that. You guys sleep as best you can, surrounded by smelly trash. You almost want to keep part of that bug or rat carcass close to you uneaten because it smells better cooked meat than the rest of this place. And we will see you all next time.